All right, Virgo, you are up next for mid January 2022 to mid February 2022. Okay, this month, your oracle cards from the Pure Magic Oracle by Andres and Gracia um, are about communication and dreams. And the combination of the two leads me to believe that this month, time period, if you will, is going to be very communication oriented and very psychic oriented. So there'll be either communications from spirit within dreams, or there will be some form of communication that needs to be developed in order to, let's just say, be able to access a part of your subconscious mind, or understand what's going on beneath the surface within your own um, psyche. So just getting to know oneself and how one really feels through this experience of this month, and to understand that our words are very important. How we think, what we tell ourselves, and what we communicate to others, as well as what we don't communicate to others, are very important this month. So let's begin. I see you learning something this month, whether it be a form of information that comes to you, or you are beginning a financial endeavor that you've never done before. It's a new territory for you. Or taking steps that you might feel a little bit financially insecure in doing. I see what's helping you is some form of message or communication that's coming in. This communication could be from a jealous person that's a little immature. So take that as a note. But I see you overall coming into some understanding of an action that needs to be taken or that you want to take, and following through with that information and putting it into decisive action, and maybe feeling a little bit wobbly about it. You're coming in being aware that your mind is racing. There's so much information coming towards you. There's so many things you're keeping tabs on, and that your information that you're taking in and information that you're putting out. So this could be just some kind of study, whether it's in your own personal time or at a, as a student of some kind, an apprentice of some kind. But these energies that are coming in are thought form energies. They're from there's communication here, and then there's action in the physical world. And you might feel very passionate and very hyped up about all the things that you're thinking about right now, or all these ideas that are coming to you in regards to this. But beneath the surface, I see you struggling. For some reason, you are very stressed out. maybe you're not showing it on the surface, but you are in your subconscious mind, you are reliving some kind of nightmare that may have never happened, but you've created this in your mind, deep in your mind. And maybe at night you're not sleeping so well and you're having nightmares because your mind is so active. And there's just, especially at times when we are making big decisions in our lives, or going into a new territory, we get a little bit fight or flight. And sometimes, we ignore the signs, but deep down underneath, we're needing a little more TLC, and to kind of give ourselves, that meditation time to really feel what we're feeling and to understand ourselves and to know that whatever it is that we're going through, that we can get a grasp on it and not let it rule over us. I do see that there was a painful ending, one that came up. It's in the underlying card of the deck, and it's in your underlying card in the spread. So either an ending happened and you're kind of stewing in that subconsciously and not wanting to deal with that, and it's eating you up inside, but you're not willing to deal with it, or you are so stressed deep down inside and bottling all that up that it's starting or has already commenced in your life, and now that's over with and you're still kind of hung up on it. It's like something that ended is now spilling out into your rest of your life, and it's a kind of a storm below the surface that you're trying to keep down, or that you don't want to look at. I do see that in the past there was something beautiful that happened in your life, something that made you very happy, a new beginning. It was kind of like a gift from the universe that brought some emotional joy and a new path to love, or a new path to bliss. And so I don't know exactly where this stress is coming in. Maybe it's from the past and it's over with, but you kind of got a little bit of post-traumatic stress going on, whether it's clinical or just, a figurative way of communicating about it. Maybe the past endings and pain are coming in to haunt you a little because your mind is so stressed out and busy. You really haven't had the time to really give yourself that self-love and calm yourself down and really face those issues. This might be a good time to talk to somebody about it. Since your oracle cards are about the subconscious mind and communication, you might really want to kind of hash this out with somebody who's a professional. If that's not your thing, or maybe just meditate and try to figure out really what's going on within you, because it seems to me that you might be feeling a little bit lonely in the near future, or that you have been feeling kind of lonely, and that you're trying to gain some independence, or that you've attained this independence from this ending of the past, and that you now are instead of basking in your luxury, you've almost made yourself shut yourself in. You know, you don't really want to let anybody in or out of this inner world of yours, because, you know, the storm's over, but yet you're still in the storm shelter that you've built for yourself. And maybe you're comfortable there, but it seems like there's something below the surface that needs to be attended to, and then might spill out a little here and there throughout the course of this next month period. I don't see anything bad necessarily. I do see you yearning for maybe the attention of others. Maybe not, attention isn't the right word. Maybe it's the bonding with other people. Maybe it's just that life has kind of, you know, led you to a path of focus right now on what you need to do, and you just don't have that much time to develop new relationships in a new space. Say you moved and you need to start maybe kind of opening up to other people and trying to meet friends and make friends. You might be feeling like that's not happening, and so you might feel a little bit more alone, although you might also feel very accomplished in having attained this solidarity and able to take care of yourself. And if there is any codependent issues that you have in the near future, I see you somehow being able to become free within yourself through your expressing of your inner light and inner well of emotions. So anything that's troublesome for you below the surface, your best bet this period of time is to let those waters come to the surface in a healthier way by expressing them through any kind of creative outlet that you either haven't done before or trying something new, or something that you used to do when you were younger that you haven't done in a while. Kind of just get back into that and allow these emotions to not rule your inner world, but to create something beautiful in your tangible world. And this might take some time to kind of get through it all. Say you're a painter and you just went through a bad breakup and you want to just, you've got all this inner, you don't even realize until you get the paintbrush on the canvas and the, you know, girl power music going in the background, and just start that it just is like you lose track of time, that you're healing yourself through this process. And that might seem silly to some people, like, oh yeah, how am I going to heal myself through? You'd be very surprised what you can't express because you might not have the words to, because it's, our inner world is so much more rich than our vocabulary sometimes. So, or what's available for us to be able to communicate with, that when we get it out in an artistic way, it's so much more relieving and so much more cathartic than we could ever imagine. And something that needs to escape us in this way, so that it doesn't kind of, and not necessarily painting, but you know what I mean. It could be poetry. It could be various forms of art, and anything you can put your artistic or creative flair into, even if it's your job, throwing yourself into your work. But I'm seeing like maybe some kind of work burnout here, like you're just kind of tired and you feel a little alone. So maybe in your own time, trying to be your own best friend by giving yourself that creative outlet. And in doing that, you may meet new people, and there may be new offers of friendship that will come in time. I do see there being a massive healing through art this month period. How others are seeing you. I see people seeing you planning being very discerning about what you're planning. Maybe changing your mind a little bit here and there about what path you're taking, or they see you taking a major new path in life. This is something that might have involved cutting out the old and being hopeful for the new, making room for the new, really. So you might be doing a project this period where you are actually getting rid of old stuff and making room for new in your life, whether that be in your home, in the workplace, depending on what kind of line of work you're in. There's some kind of planning and having faith that there is something else out there, because you have the passion and the drive to find something new and exciting in your life, and to maybe build some more security within your own passions. You might be able to compromise a little with others this month, but I see you being very, okay, well, I'm willing to do this, but I'm not willing to do that. So people might see you as being a little more difficult to deal with. But in terms of the whole scheme of things, I think people are seeing you as decisive and hopeful for the future. What you're hoping for or fearing this month, I think you're fearing dysfunction of the household, dysfunction of the family. Maybe you come from a family that's difficult to deal with. Maybe that's what this painful ending was. You're fearing kind of lacking stability. But that's just a fear. I also see you being hopeful to rebuild your dream. And there's almost this, when a card's in reverse, sometimes if it's a good card, not that there are any bad or good cards in the tarot, I don't believe that's true. I think that all the cards can be bad and all the cards can be good. It's just how you look at it and the situation. I see there is a planning that's going on within the home, maybe this month period, and that you're hoping to make some changes there. Maybe because Venus is retrograde, and for those of you who are Libra rising, you would be experiencing this very kind of energy with going back over things of the home, redesigning the home. You don't want to make anything too permanent because, Venus is retrograde. When she goes direct, you may change your mind or things may change. But there is almost an analyzing of what we've built so far and within our dream. And we're hoping for maybe more of our dream to come true. Maybe we're changing up the plans that we had within the dream. Maybe you're hoping for to celebrate after this whole scenario is through. And Maybe there's a special occasion coming up. But I do see you learning how to deal with something, and that you're communicating. There's almost this more tempered, kind of patient, waiting to attain, versus a more brash and harsh like delivery. So maybe you've had some hiccups with people or endings in your life, and you're learning how to deal with them. And now you're feeling a little alone, but you're going to start doing stuff that you love and pumping all of your emotional baggage, all of that excess junk that we just bottle up inside. And you're going to start filtering it through some sort of art form. Or that is what you should do. That's what your advice is. And through your dreams, you may get some very significant communication from the divine, from the outside realms, the upper world, whatever you want to call it, from somewhere else within your own psyche. There will come some message that will lead you to your dreams, or will help you from your dreams to deliver this almost kind of magical gift to the world from this time in your life. So you're taking something that's been painful and stressed you out, and now you have all this stuff going on. You're trying to fill your time, but you will be taking whatever was traumatizing or has been stressing you out and creating something beautiful out of it. And by doing that, you are creating your dream life, making room for your dream life, cutting out what you don't need anymore so that the new can grow, and it's coming. Because I see here solidarity and maybe a need for maybe a little bit of loneliness and a need for human connection, and then there being the sharing of the love and the stability of a home. So the love came in, and maybe now you're not feeling so alone anymore. Maybe you'll gain a new friend this month. Maybe the relationship you're in will go to the next level. Excuse me. So your outcome. Something you've been working all by yourself to achieve that has been really on your mind and stressing you out is going to... There is going to be a gift from this, like a harvest. But it's not a harvest just because you put in all the work and you deserve this and it grew from what you did. It's almost like the universe meets you halfway and gives you more than you were expecting. That everything wasn't in vain. That working harder and not smarter might not always lead to this sort of abundance. But for some reason, you are being favored and you are getting gifted because you have spiritually worked on yourself and now have connected to your inner world and dealt with these issues. Spirit has communicated with you. You have communicated back to Spirit through some form of art in your life, whether you're making your life an art. Maybe you're writing a book about your life. I don't know. It could be anything. But you know what your art is. We all have an art in this life that we do. It's part of being human and a spirit bound to a vessel. Anyway, you are met halfway. It's as if you say a prayer and the divine answers back. And you are given a gift. And because you have learned how to manifest what you want in this life, using the rules of the tangible world and the rules of the spiritual world, and having met them in the middle, knowing that what I think about, I can bring about, as long as I put in the work and have the intention and keep my mind's eye focused on what I'm going for, without having a restrictive kind of, this is the only way I'm going to get it, and this is the only way I want it. Leaving room for something better or something more divinely perfected for us to come into our lives. Leaving that room allows a greater gift to be given to you this month. It's as if the 9 of Pentacles becomes the 10, and you start over again with a new legacy and a new cycle, whether that is in finances, in our family lineage. Maybe we start our own family. Maybe we get that home paid off. Maybe we begin our own family, start our own legacy, our own career that is going to keep blossoming finances to us throughout our life, and maybe to our children and to our children's children. There is some gift from the universe, a new beginning, a seed that is not just a little seed, it is a big blessing that comes in from the magic that you have learned to do in your life. And you take that seed and create some form of financial or tangible stability. This could be the family. A child is born. You finally get the adoption papers signed, and you're going to adopt. There's that third element. You add stability to something that you've been working on. You have finally gotten to a point where this art form that you've been working on becomes something that is more refined, that is starting to build up its own kind of life force in a way. There's the element of 3, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, the Divine Trinity, which can be interpreted throughout all creeds. Many have the triad in them. And so it's as if you're expressing your love for spirit, or your internal spirit, through whatever you do this month. And you are blessed for it. And this is almost like you're given, you have one egg, and somehow you manage to magically make it 3. It's 3 golden eggs instead of the 1. And it's like turning $1 into 3,000. There's some kind of huge blessing, some kind of magic that you do this month, taking something that's been terrible to deal with or very stressful, and somehow creatively being able to plan and cutting out what doesn't serve you and being more selective about what you let in your life, whether that's communication or your negative thoughts, and focusing on what's important to you, your dreams, hoping and praying and connecting to the universe, you create this abundance. You create a new path to making something for yourself in this world. And Spirit's going to be with you the whole way, communicating subtly through, or maybe it's going to be loud, but through your dreams is also, dreams, a big thing. Dreams are a huge thing. And I see there being like this rushing of action after something ends that brings in justice, a divine balance to your life and situation. It's as almost if the nightmare chapter of your life is over and you can feel it with the new year coming in. You're like, thank God, 2021 was so horrible. Maybe it was many years that were terrible. But this is something that you are creating something out of nothing. And it's so beautiful. I love it. All right, Virgo. I will see you in mid-February. Have a blessed month. Bye.